welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am Hannah and thank you for joining my video, channel, whatever you want to call it. Please, if you are new here, click the subscribe button, it would mean the absolute world. Today's video is another foundation review. You guys know I love foundation reviews. Today's foundation is going to be the Revolution Pro drops. So these are foundation drops. I got mine in the shade F8. If you haven't seen my recent video, the video before this, I was reviewing the Revolution Pro full cover camouflage foundation. I cannot talk today. This was a pretty okay one. I got this in the shade F8 as well, and I've also done a review on the Revolution fast base foundation sticks. This is in the shade F5. I've mixed and matched the shades, but it's all worked out. These are new. You can get, if you're in the UK, they're out in the UK, because Makeup Revolution is a UK brand, they come out in the UK first and then they go around and they go about the world. So you can buy this on either Revolution Beauty, which is like their tan beauty that reformed into Revolution Beauty, or you can get it from superdrug.com. I would advise you to probably get it on superdrug.com, one because the shipping's faster, and two because it's 3 for 2 right now, so you save your cheapest item. So I thought I'd just tell you that tip. But this foundation, I got this my shade in F8 and it claims to be for medium skin tones with a yellow undertone. Now I'm hoping they've kept to that, because with the full cover camouflage foundation, it didn't keep to that. It said it was yellow toned, it was pinky toned. God knows what was happening there, but hopefully with this foundation, it can support the claim. It claims to create a silky, breathable base with the Revolution drops. It says it has 18 skin true shades with ultra lightweight water-based formula, creates an undetectable finish on all skin tones. Use a few drops for a sheer wash of colour or layer to build a natural looking medium coverage. So it claims to have a light with a few drops and a medium coverage if you want to layer. I'm going to try and see how far I can go until it gets cakey. If it does get cakey, I don't really find that these drop foundations do get cakey like with the NYX foundation. I wasn't too keen on it, now I'm obsessed with it. The more you layer on your face, because it's water based, that may show it's hydrating. I don't actually know, but we can guess from water based foundations. I'm going to swatch this shade on my arm and I'm going to show you what the swatch looks like. Okay, so that is the swatch of the foundation drops. So far, I think on the camera, it sort of looks more neutral than anything. When I'm looking at it now, and I'm actually looking at my hand, if I go it more closely, it looks more yellowy neutral, but if I start to pull it away, if you can see from here, it's very, very pink. Now I don't get that. My arms, my face is very neutral, but my arms are extremely yellow. You probably won't be able to see that on the camera, but if you can actually see from the shade, I'm actually looking in the mirror, it's really pink. I'm gonna swatch it against the full coverage foundation, which I previously reviewed. If you've already seen that, you'll probably know the swatches anyway. This is the same shade, but even on here now, that looks more neutral yellow than that does. But that is actually pink. So how pink is this? I do not know. But compared to each other, they're the exact same shade. They look very similar coverage, but now they look the same shade. But on here, this is so much more pink. So much more pink. Like, it's literally, as it's oxidizing on my arm, it's literally going to like a pastel-y peachy pink, and I don't know what's going on. Now we're going to swatch it against F5 from the foundation sticks. Now this claims to be, I think it was a pinky undertone, I'm not 100% sure. So excuse my swatches. I don't know if you can see from my swatches here, that is the most yellow neutral one out of all of them. It might be the palest because it's obviously F5, F8 is supposed to be darker because it's a higher number. But you can see that is more of, that's claiming to be a pink tone, but it's not. These are claiming to be yellow tone and it's not. It's sort of as if they've switched round, which I'm really confused with. But that was the swatches of all of them. All of them seem to have very similar coverage. So I've already primed. I'm gonna go in with this side with a brush and go in this side with a sponge. I'm just gonna use my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge and my Morphe M439 because this is my go-to foundation brush. I'm actually just gonna lay this on my face as I normally would. I'm not going to do desired drops because I literally just wanna lather my face with foundation. I'm gonna put, okay, so off the bat, if you've seen my NYX review, my NYX Total Cover foundation drops, these are not runny at all, which is good because mine, with that one, it was really runny. Okay, I'm literally just putting, it's really difficult to get in. It's like as if there's nothing in there. I was literally squeezing the tube to see if anything's going on, and there's nothing. Well, okay. Okay, so one side of my face is blended in. You can sort of see the difference. Now I'm really shocked. This is actually pretty good coverage. Now I did put a decent amount. I don't know exactly the amount that I put on my face, but wow, has it evened out everything. I don't know if you'll be able to see. If I come up closer, my face just looks so even. Now we didn't know, it hasn't stated the type of finish, but so far, obviously it's from first application, it does look more skin-like. I love how it's lightweight. I do agree with that. It's off of the bat, it feels lightweight. It really feels nice. I feel it might sort of oxidize to my colour, but it's, from first off, I'm really shocked. The only thing I will say is I feel that these drops are just a watery version of this concealer, but it's made it a tad bit more fuller coverage. I'm getting more full coverage and it being more comfortable with this foundation compared to this foundation. Now they both retail for the same price, £7. I'm looking off first face value and it really does look nice on my skin. My skin isn't the best now, but I think if you compare it to this side, I've got redness, I've got you can see I need to colour correct, like bad. If you turn to this side, my face just looks so even. I honestly feel like there's more coverage with these drops than this, if not the same. I don't really know where the light to medium coverage is coming from. I don't know if that's just me, but I know a full coverage when I see one, and this baddie is full coverage. This is coming out really weird, as if the pipette's not working at all. But you know, Hannah, I just apply foundation. Okay, now it's a bit watery, wow. Okay, put a bit more. I'm literally just putting this on wherever I feel like putting it. Normally I just blotch it on everywhere. Okay, that was a bit too much. Okay, so that side has been blended in. If you can see, this side looks a tad bit more matte and more set compared to this side, so it is sort of setting. My face does look extremely shiny. It is slightly a colour match. I think we could have done a little bit of a better job, but that could be up to Makeup Revolution's fault. Let's just blame Makeup Revolution. But I need to stop saying Makeup Revolution, Revolution Pro. So even now, I'm really shocked with the sponge. The sponge is actually doing this foundation good justice. Like, I thought with liquid foundations, they normally just get soaked up by a sponge, but this is not at all. And it's blended it out really nicely. Now I'm scared to now put the camouflage concealer on because I don't want to look too much. So I might put their concealer and define on. But I'm just gonna try and see if I can blend this all in together so it can look a bit more seamless, just in case there's any streaks or anything. But so far, I have nothing to complain about, like not one thing. Out of all of them, the foundation drops might actually be my favourite. Like this, I'm sorry, but this is full coverage. This is bloody full coverage. Now, I'm actually really shocked because I wasn't expecting that to come out of this. I was expecting it to come out of this, and it's making my skin look good. Like, my skin looks good. So I'm back. On my lips, I'm literally digging this lip colour as well. On my lips, I have the Primark lip liner in the shade Toffee, mixed with the new Revolution Pro lip pigment in the shade Veil. This is sort of like a, let me turn the brightness down just slightly so you can see. Slightly just more of a maroony pink colour. I'm using the Makeup Revolution Reloaded Neutrals 2 palette, which is sort of like a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I literally took these two shades right here, and I used this beautiful pink, this glitter pink in the shimmer pink in the inner corners of my eyes. From the information about this foundation, if you were wondering, this foundation contains 18 milliliters of product, which isn't your usual. Your usual is 30 milliliters. So especially if it's for a light to medium coverage, you would want more. This is very similar. It looks similar to their highlighter drops. I don't know if they have more. Feels especially light. It's made of glass, but even now after one use, it just feels really light. When I'm using the pipette, I'm barely getting any product out anyway. So I don't know, like, I just don't know. Obsessed. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, out of all three of the foundations, which are all cruelty free and vegan, this is my favourite one. This has to be my favourite, which I was really shocked. I do really like the Fast Base foundation sticks, but they can be a bit iffy depending on what day I want to wear them. This foundation is full coverage, but I just feel it's just like an average foundation that claims to be full coverage. But this one does wonders for my skin. It looks beautiful on, it makes me feel better about my skin. I feel my skin looks better. It really feels lightweight, like it's definitely lightweight. It's the thinnest one out of all of them. It gives the most coverage out of all of them, I personally feel, and I'm absolutely obsessed. I'm really feeling this lip colour as well. So overall, I really do think this is a beautiful foundation. I was so shocked. I didn't think I was going to like it as much, but out of all of them, like I've said, it is my favourite. I would rate this a good 9 out of 10. Like I'm honestly really feeling this foundation. Obviously the cons are the colour range. 18 shades is pretty good for like a drugstore brand, especially when they've gone from having 0 foundations to suddenly a couple of weeks later having 3 foundations, all different looks, all different feels. They've got a normal foundation, a stick foundation, and a liquid foundation, like a drop foundation. I think they've done very well. I think they've tried to be as diverse as they possibly can be. I would like to see what more they could bring out, because they are a young brand still and they've only ever come out with these foundations. It's good how far they've come for this, because some brands can't even do that. I would 100% recommend this if you have, I think it works for all skin types. I am normal, I am both dry and oily at the same time, so I have a combination of all of them. My face is normally normal anyway. I have really dry around the perimeters and sometimes oily in the centers. Different at winter, I'm really dry, and in the summer I'm really oily. So my skin goes through it all. I can advise you that this foundation would be lovely. It doesn't stick to any dry patches, it smooths my skin, it doesn't cling to texture. As I said in my last video, I normally get this little patch of dryness at the top. Powders fit beautifully. I've sort of messed up my powder today, but you know, rest of my face is actually Makeup Revolution as well. I've used like the contour palettes, everything else. Another thing that I do not like is there is not enough product, so I'm going to continuously have to buy it. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a massive thumbs up if you found it helpful. Let me know what else I could do, what other foundations you'd like me to review, what other palettes, makeup you'd like me to review, whether it's skincare, whether it's makeup, whatever you guys want. Let me know how I can improve my videos, what I could talk about more, what would you like me to say. Would you like better swatching? Would you like me to talk about more of something? Please let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, please follow me on my Instagram, which is @HANNAH ST LUCE. It will be in the description. My previous video, which is, if you're interested, is the Makeup Revolution or Revolution Pro full coverage camouflage foundation. That will either be in the bar or it will be definitely in the description, and all the foundation reviews for Makeup Revolution foundations will be in the description. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me this video a massive thumbs up for me, and if you're new, like I've said, please hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on when I post. I love you all, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye!